Edward Durr, who drives a truck for a furniture company and is, he puts it, just a citizen mad as hell, actually did something about it. And now he is on the verge of the biggest political upset of the year. Durr apparently defeated the president of the New Jersey State Senate, Steve Sweeney, by 2,000 votes. This is with 99% of the votes counted. And so far, Sweeney is making no contact and offering no concession. But right now, the press is treating Durr as the upset winner of the year. You might say a true-to-life example of Mr. Smith going to Trenton. He was someone who got upset that Sweeney supported the governor in having a lockdown of businesses and churches, using a campaign mostly through his Facebook site and through a podcast made by a friend. He said, Mr. Sweeney, you can't tell people not to go to work, and you can't tell us not to go to church. This resonated, and in the heavily Democratic South Jersey district, blue-collar Democrats, Biden Democrats, if you will, turned out and supported the truck driver challenger. I might add that he's already being interviewed now and talking about what he will do when he gets to Trenton, which is, in his words, I don't know. But it sometimes helps if you say, I don't know because I will know. An American original happening in New Jersey now, Edward Durr, the truck driver senator. Back to you.
Okay, John. Hey, at least he's being honest. We appreciate that report. Thank you.
Yeah, let's bring our panelists in to talk about this. Kerryanne Burke joining us, Betsy McCaughey, Bill McGinley back with us here. We ended on Bill. I'll go back to Betsy. Pretty unbelievable story, and kind of one, even if you're not following politics, kind of resonates here. You got a truck driver who spent $153 on a campaign a couple weeks prior to the actual election. Comes out on top of a guy who's been in office for more than 12 years. I mean, how did this happen? It seems so simple.
Well, Mr. Durr ought to keep on trucking. And the fact is that he is reflecting a huge rebellion, not only among independent voters, but even blue-collar Democrats, as John Gizzi just pointed out, all across the nation. Let's look at New Jersey. It is tax hell. That's what it is. Highest property taxes in the nation, 2 hikes in the gas tax in 1 year alone, confiscatory income taxes, and as Mr. Durr pointed out, in addition, a terrible impact of the lockdown. 1/3 of all small businesses in New Jersey have gone belly up. 1/3 out of business. Think of all the jobs, all the hardship, all the broken dreams that produces. So God bless Mr. Durr. He did the right thing.
You know, these challenging times can motivate voters for different reasons. And you saw them come out in New Jersey, not only in the Durr race, but then also statewide for the governor's race as well. Kerryanne, it was incredibly close. Murphy coming out on top, the incumbent Democrat. But the Republican garnered large support, quite frankly. What should Democrats take away from how close this race was, and then also what we saw in Virginia, where the Republican ended up winning?
Well, those races were all very interesting. The Virginia one, I kind of expected the Republican to come out on top because of the momentum. Whereas in New Jersey, I was a little shocked that it was so tight. It was just a margin of about 1%. So I think Democrats need to learn that we are in different times. We have to speak to the issues that the voters want. We cannot just simply be anti-Trump in our philosophy and our conversations. We have to have a platform that deals with the everyday issues such as inflation, economic concerns, education, and so forth. So the lessons and the takeaway from this is that we're going to focus on that going into the midterms. We're going to focus on the issues that people want to hear about. We're going to deal with education. We're going to ensure that the taxes are good for the community. So I think we're going to see a change. We're going to see a shift in tide, and the Democrats will come out on top.
All right. Well, Bill McGinley, I want to go back to Ed Durr just for a second here, because we talk about what happened in New Jersey, and Betsy rightfully so pointed out about taxes, and people care about when they're spending more money. Allegedly, this guy filmed this whole thing on his iPhone. I haven't seen the ad either, so let's watch together.
The Senate President has spent 20 years in Trenton. Higher taxes, increasing debt, and a rising cost of living. We deserve better. New Jersey, it's time for a change. So together, let's end single-party rule. Vote for me, Edward Durr, for Senate.
And they did. And they did. I mean, you know, again, partisanship aside, Bill McGinley, you can see they're kind of zooming out on the phone. I mean,
text on the bottom, throw it in there.
Guerrilla style, just walking in and making your campaign.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.